What's up? Welcome back, everybody. We're here with the Ford and the Sprinter. Gonna go try to load up. We've got many stops. We don't even know what it is. It's flooring material. They told us, hey, come on in with two vans. We'll see what we can get and fit as much as we can, and you guys can go and deliver it because they're in a crisis. So when it's a crisis, we're here to help. Let's go help. Loaded up with 6 stops in here, and then there's one roll in the white van right behind me. The only thing that fit over there is one roll, and the doors didn't even close, so he's driving with the doors open. So I'll show you guys what that looks like when we get to that Home Depot. Basically, we've got one big stop at Home Depot here in Spokane on the north side, and then the rest of them, the other 5 stops, are like Grand Coulee, Winthrop, Omak, Okanagan, Tanasket, things like that out that way. The area that I like to drive to, it's decent. It's something different than like Seattle or driving to the east or anything like that. It's different. I mean, there's some prettier places, some are kind of like, yeah, you know, things like that. But the rolls, some of them I have room still, and some of them are like the, 15, 16 foot rolls. So when you're doing some carpet stuff, and especially if you're doing expediting and doing carpet out of Dalton, Georgia, like out of the Shaw Industries places, out of there's a lot of plants out there. There's a lot of carpet that gets expedited out of Dalton, Georgia area, and you guys need at least 12 feet or plus. It's really rare that it's only 12 feet. A lot of times you need a lot more room than that, and a lot of our drivers, they just don't have the bigger vans, and they struggle getting out of Georgia. But if you had the big van, then there's, a lot less struggle, actually, believe it or not, because, the long van, everything fits. And even when they say that these rolls are whatever they are, a lot of times the inside part sticks out. I don't know, I'll show it to you guys on some of the rolls, but on a lot of the carpet rolls, that doesn't get cut off right away where it needs to, and it just kind of rolls up. Or it just doesn't get rolled at an even, well, however you want to call it, evenly. So the roll, instead of like being 14 foot, it's 15, or instead of 15, it's 16, or even the 16 footers are sometimes even a bit longer than 16. So could be an extra almost a foot if it doesn't get rolled evenly. It just keeps accumulating and accumulating on the end, and then you can't even close your door shut. But hey, that's all part of the business. Just, bigger van, less headaches, less issues with things not fitting, or less issues with broker wanting to take a chance on you with their customer. Because if the freight is exactly 12 foot long and you say you're 144 inches, well, half of the loads we don't win, just because they're like, well, we want to be sure, we're going to go with a little bit of a bigger van. So those of you guys who are banking on that 144, not the wheelbase, but actual 144 loading space length, you guys got to understand that, even that, there's going to be a lot of times negativity with that, as far as, broker and their customer saying, no, that's too close. What if it's not, not this? Then we got to pay you a truck order not used. Then we got to go find another van and send somebody else in and deal with the whole problem again. Look bad for our customer, look bad for the shipper, or, things like that. So nobody wants to, in this business, it's already hard to get business. Nobody wants to look bad for anybody. We don't want to look bad. Broker doesn't want to look bad. Broker's customer doesn't want to look bad. Nobody wants to look bad in front of anybody. That's life. Simple, it's just how it is. Let's get going. Hopefully they'll unload. The issue with it is they usually require a dock high truck to get unloaded. So that means you got to be dock high, dock level, and I don't know how that's going to be. Maybe I'll pull it to the dock and see what those rolls are, but I don't think they're going to be able to get all of them out of there trying to be dock high. So we're going to have to do something somewhere I don't know, maybe drive inside the building or whatever they're gonna, I don't know. Hopefully they can make that forklift with the, you know, with the carpet loader, unloader attachment work, because they're just gonna have to. I don't know what other way. There is no other way, honestly. There just really isn't. First drop, and here it is. I think there's like 7 or 8 rolls that come out here that get delivered through here. So supposedly I was told that they don't like to be unloading non-dock high vehicles with anything here, so we're gonna have to see what's, you know, hopefully we can. Still dealing with the stupidly situation at the first stop, which is all these gotta go on carts. We already took huge rolls that weigh like 500-700 pounds each. We got what, 1, 2, 3 of them already?
Yeah.
3 of them plus these and still one more. So I'll tell you guys all about it later, but wow. First delivery is done. These people here at Home Depot, I'm just gonna say it nicely, but they were not nice. There's so many things I wanted to say. There's so many things they told us to do. The people here that acted like they were in charge, but they really weren't in charge. So we got kicked out of one place, was told to go to another place. From there we got kicked out again. We're told to leave and they're not going to receive anything, and they're not even going to receive the unloaded stuff and all that kind of stuff. So things got hot for some reason. I don't even know why, but thank God that, you know, in the end, it all worked out somehow magically just because we kept our mouth shut, you know. So, I mean, I seriously wanted to, you know, anyways, do some things that are not allowed to do, but, you know, and say some things that you're not allowed to really say. I'm just the kind of person that, yeah, usually, but, you know, for the sake of the, you know, relationship that we have with everybody, is just, you know, it's not like this happens every day. It's once in a while. We're bringing you things that your customer is waiting to get. And these rolls, some of them are customer orders and some of them are just things that need to go, like, you know what I mean, right in the store, right on the, what do you call it, right on display, so people can cut a piece of carpet out and get it when they need it. So it's not like we are doing something bad. We're giving you, you know, the tools to make money and keep being in business and keep having stock on things. I don't know. It's just it's just weird. So anyways, heading home now, and you know, we'll go. Well, hopefully we can get this all delivered today still, because it's already 1 o'clock and I don't know the receiving hours of all these places. I hope it will be okay. I sincerely hope, because this here should have been, you know, a 5-minute job, and it took like over 2 hours. So we'll see. See what time we can get to Grand Coulee still. After that, I got Winthrop, which is out of the way. After that, Okanagan. After that, Home Depot. And then after that, Tonasket. So I still got a long day ahead of me. This is incredible. Let's go roll. Second stop is done in Grand Coulee, but my third stop closes at 4 p.m. per Google, so I'm going to call the guy here and was asked to give him a call. Hopefully I can get that received, and I hope then I can get the Okanagan one dropped off, and then I got the Home Depot, and then I got something else, a piece of I don't know what it is, adhesive I think is what it is. Piece of adhesive as well to drop off. Oh, come on, let's see. Small little town here. Tiny Grand Coulee. If any of you guys have been here, it is what it is right here. Good for good to come swimming at the public beach in Grand Coulee here. The Indian Canyon or whatever it's called. Campground. Yeah, we've had family members who camped here, but we never have, and it's really not my thing. I like to be right on the water. If you're not right on the water, it's really not worth it for me. I guess I'm spoiled in a way, but I like to be like right on the water. If not, then 1 minute walk to the water. But usually it's like, you know, you got to be parked somewhere where you can see the water near you. Not somewhere who knows where, you know what I mean? Okay, I'll give that guy a call and we'll go from there. See what's happening. Hopefully he can still receive that and receive the other people can receive the other stuff. It's the Home Depot that messed us up. I think we were there for like almost 3 hours maybe. I said 2 hours, but I bet you it was more. I gotta look it up and see exactly when we got there. When I do see it, I'll be able to know and tell you guys. But weather's so nice out here. It's a nice 61 degrees per my vehicle thermostat. Outside in a t-shirt, it just feels awesome. Super good. If I'd have time, I'd maybe swing by and grab a pizza right there. I'm sure that's some of the best pizza you can get out of some of these small places. Some of the places that are, you know, you wouldn't know exist unless you're really like driving by and looking at them. They really have the best food if you got the time for them to make it fresh for you. I'm talking about better than the fast food. 35, is it 35 here? I don't know what the speed limit is. If you guys have never done this before, know this. Always do the speed limit in the little towns. Because this is how they make their money. They're out here. If you're gonna go a couple miles over, you're gonna get pulled over and get a ticket. As far as being on the road and on the freeway, usually the golden rule, it used to be under 10 miles an hour. Now, if you're doing 5 over on the freeway, you're fine usually. I haven't heard anybody get pulled over for 5 over on the freeway. So that's what I do, just to get things there quicker. So you guys are aware of what's going on, of the situation. Super good news. The guy at at my third delivery is gonna meet me even a little bit closer. He's gonna text me an address, and it's gonna be going to one of his other showrooms instead of me going over there. But I think it's also a benefit for him, because I think it's gonna save him some money too, because I'm sure he himself is at the showroom in, I think he said in Twisp. So we're gonna go to Twisp instead of that Winthrop. He says it saves like a good half an hour, which I like that. If that's what it is, that saves me quite a bit of time. So hopefully everything will be all good. That way I'll get this unloaded, and hopefully at Home Depot I'm not gonna have any issues, and you know, after that we'll see what Home Depot says out here in Okanagan, because maybe they're just gonna be nicer people and maybe we'll get it done. But you know, I don't know. I'm hoping because this is all the rest of them. All the rest of these I'm actually out doing myself. So the other truck is done. We didn't need him to come all the way out here. So it's just me. And before, Mr. Daniel was helping me, so at Home Depot, we had to get those 8 rolls. If I was there by myself, I mean, I'm sure I could have got it, but it would have been 10 times more pain than it was just with both of us. Let's get it done. I just absolutely love driving this area. It's different than the Montana hills, than other parts of really anywhere you go, because these mountains are special. Maybe they're called hills, I don't know. Carved by volcano and water. I mean, it's something else. Especially right now when it's sort of green, getting green. before everything all of a sudden turns nice and yellow. So it's beautiful. Everything's blooming. And then if you get to drive through here when it's cherry season or fruit picking season, that's even better because there's so many fruit stands. You can have freshly picked cherries. Stop by, get yourself a bag. You know, apples, apricots. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So tons and tons and tons and tons of. Oh, you know what? You see all that? I don't think you can see it. If you can see the white spots over there, not at the toppest part of the hill, but white spots over there. I've been to that place like maybe 3 or 4 times already. It's a communications place where they communicate with satellites and provide internet like all over the world. And then they have servers and all this kind of. I don't even know exactly what it is. It's a highly secured area. Nobody's there. They're in the middle of nowhere out here. All it is just orchards and hills and mountains, and all of a sudden they're over there. So they provide, I'm not sure exactly. I think they provide internet or something else, teleservices. I'm not 100% sure, but they got 1 million satellites over there, and they shoot that stuff straight up in the sky. And some of the signs I've seen, like when you get into there, was like they provided like all over the world through here somehow. I'm not sure. If you guys know anything about that, you just let me know. If you're in this area, maybe you know something about it. I mean, obviously, if you would live here, you would know, hey, there's satellite dishes up there. What is that place? Maybe you would know. If you do, please enlighten me so I know, and that way next time I'm out here, I can actually, you know, tell people the truth and exactly what it is. All this is apple pallets for apples. They're stacked everywhere. You guys see this mountain of them? Stacked here too. So when the apples come, that's how they get transported. They get picked, put in the bins, and then transported to the stores or processing centers, whatever, in those bins. Kind of cool. If you never know how apples get transferred or transported, that's how it is. The mountains, the river down there, oh my gosh, it's just, you just can't get enough of it. Look at all this. It's so beautiful out here. Sort of green, might get a little more greener before it gets all yellow, but it's just, it's pretty. I love it. I love this drive up to Twisp. It's really pretty. From Lake Brewster to Twisp, it's a nice drive out here. My main concern is, I know here the guy's meeting me, so I'm gonna get unloaded here, but my main concern is that next Home Depot delivery, they might say, we're only open until a certain time. But that's not the worst that could happen. The worst is still after that, going to, gosh, where was it? Tonasket? Yeah, Tonasket, and unloading something there, which, I don't know. I'll have to see if I can get a contact or something to call somebody, but I just don't feel like spending the night out here when I could, turn around and go home. But everybody out here is just enjoying the weather because it's so beautiful. I mean, it's 64 degrees per my, vehicle. Probably warmer in the sun. And people are just, the ones that live here, they've got paradise happening out here. The ones that are just, seasonal livers here, those guys are maybe just getting in because I see a lot of people cleaning up. And right there, those red shacks, I call it a shack, I don't know, maybe it's nice inside, but I kind of doubt it. Those are for our people that they bring in here. Well, and it's usually from Mexico, so, the Latin speaking people, I'm not sure exactly who comes from where, but I guarantee you it's from Mexico because I see who's working out here in the fields. All of you guys, the hardworking people. And I really mean that. The hardworking class. So look at all this. This is just unreal. You know what I mean? Orchards, water, cabins. How can it get any better than this? I guess down there, if you're living right down there, it might be just a little bit better. RV park. Oh, that's what that is. I was wondering why it's got such a flat looking place. How do you get over there? I'm not sure. How do you cross the river that way? Beats me, I don't know. But I would go camping over there. That'd be a nice place to spend the night somewhere. If you're like stuck without a load for the weekend, perfect spot. One roll went up into his bed truck of the bed of the truck. How do you say it right? Oh, I gotta figure out which way home from now, or not home, but I think to Omak, same way I just came from, which is, man, like forever it took to get here. It seemed like, maybe because I was in a hurry, but yeah, go to this quick store, there's a convenience store and a gas station right there. I'm gonna swing by that real quick, use the restroom, and keep on going. It's been a go. I didn't even really get anything to eat. I got something to drink real quick when I was filling up, but besides that, it's been go. But hey, you know what? Until it's all bone, I'm okay. A lot of people could say, yeah, you look okay. You don't have to have all that food. You could skip a couple meals. I don't get offended by that. About to hit 40 this year, and for some reason, it's really, really, really hard to shed that weight versus the other years. I mean, I have been having a sit down, job or whatever you want to call it, pretty much all my life, pretty much. It's either been one thing or the other thing, but either tool sales or this or that, but now this, so anything and everything I've been doing, hasn't been like physical work. Except for one time when I worked for Northwest Bedding. I think that was for only a year though. We were doing like furniture deliveries. That was okay. It was just to pass time. It wasn't my dream job or any of that kind of stuff, so. Anyways, let's put it in the GPS and see where Google Maps tells us to go. Whichever way is faster. Not sure when this fire happened, but this place burns very, very, very often for some reason. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose out here or what the case is, but you guys see that? Everything's burned up over here. Last year we were out here with the family, and by near Highway 97, on the way here, some mountain started burning, and maybe this is it or maybe not. I don't really know. My only real concern is actually the next delivery. After that it's Home Depot, but the next one is a lumber place that says that they closed at 5. So I don't know if they're closed, or if somebody would still be there. Maybe a forklift guy would still be there. I don't know. Well, I hope so. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like left and right. Everything burned up out here. Look at that. But like I said, this is Twist, Washington. And you guys could even look up online and see all the wildfires that happen out this way. There's always something burning out here every single year. Every year. And when it's fire season, especially then too. I don't know why. The rocks get hot. I don't know. The power lines get hot. I don't know what the deal is, but wildfires all the time. Or it just gets, who knows, started by people or by the government itself. Well, I don't know. It seems like that's been the case. As everybody's been questioning all these crazy wildfires and why they're not stopped and how they started. You know, all these conspiracy theories. I don't know what to believe. I'm not into it one way or the other. I just wish people's homes wouldn't burn down. That's the main part. Oh man, I was just in 65-degree weather, and I'm looking to the right where there's less sun, and I'm seeing like chunks of snow out here still. Let's see if I'll find one for the camera. Of course, now that I have it in my hand, probably have to go walking somewhere to find it. But I'm dead serious. There's still patches of snow out here. There's still patches of snow out. Let's see out here. I've already gotten a couple 100 feet lower than I was up top. 49 degrees out here. Down below it's like 65, 67. Keeps bouncing around, but yeah, you guys will just have to believe me. You'll just have to believe me without the visual proof. Just saw snow, patches of snow still. In the shade, obviously. But you know what? Up there, right across those other big hills, I can see them from here that they're still up there. So yeah, it's there. Some kind of a mountain pass through here, jeez. Ooh. One of those rolls, I just saw it rolling, or it just started rolling and hit one side of the van. So, oh, there it goes. Rolled again to the right side. That's why you got to strap all this in. And I don't have a way to strap it because everything's the way it's been laying down until I get to the bottom of it. There's really no way to strap it for now. Just got to take it easy on the corners for now. But hey, beautiful weather, sunny, happy. Even though people ruined my mood earlier at my very first drop, even though they were not nice, even though they wanted not to receive it in every which way possible that they could take, and they wanted to, they were just refusing it 100% every which way. And you know, by God's mercy, we got them to say okay. And then all of a sudden the store manager, we got what, 2 pieces unloaded and carried in, and then a third piece was on our cart, and she came out and started yelling like crazy. Good thing that camera wasn't on me, because she would have saw herself on here and would have known that she's going to be online somewhere all mad. I think that she would have done a little more even, and we would have never unloaded that stuff out up there. And then if it would have never unloaded that stuff, we wouldn't have came all the way here either for these deliveries, because it would not have been possible, because everything would be under all those big old 7 rolls. Well, it would have been 6, but still. Came to my drop, and guess what? Kissed the door. Fence is locked. Asked those gentlemen if they're closed. They said yes. But then I asked, hey, any possible way to get one roll of vinyl off? He says, I'll help you. Just give me a minute. So we'll see what he can help me with. Hopefully we can get it offloaded. And I can move on to my next stop, because that would be awesome. But that's what happens. You come here an hour later. Always good to just walk around and see if there's a nice guy that's willing to do something nice for the day. Yay! Gonna get unloaded. There goes my roll. Thank God for nice people. They just make a bad day turn into a better day for some people. And it doesn't hurt to ask, If you ask nicely, you just might end up, being blessed like that. So I appreciate him, and if I'd see him on the road, I would stop for him too, just because he would need some help. So, all good here. On to the next one. The next one is the Home Depot, and I don't know what to expect at Home Depot. I guess we're gonna go and we're gonna see what's next. One after this one, but I don't know if I'm gonna get unloaded. It's a good guy here, but we'll see if he's gonna be willing to help me out. And if he's got a team of somebody, maybe. But 3 rolls going here, and I believe it's that one, this one for sure. And I think it's that one too. Does it say anything about OMAC? No, that's Tenasket. So we've got this one, and the grass. All those come out, and the middle one stays. That's the very last delivery, together with a tube. So we shall see what's going to happen. in my own sweat, unfortunately. Holy, ooh. And the last one was super heavy. I don't know what it is. It's like the carpet tile style type of stupid roll. If there was two of us pushing, it would have been better, but with one pushing, these two guys on the other end just holding the cart, I think at the end they were helping me because I really needed a couple breaths. You know, honestly, a guy like me with asthma, it's hard. Like, I get winded quickly, you know. Whew. This was my number one worry, that I wasn't get unloaded here and I would have to haul it back and get unloaded. And then, you know, look bad for the broker, even though they did know. They noted and they told us that, hey, Home Depot, they don't really like, you know, van deliveries when it comes to carpet rolls. And I knew this from last time I did it to Wenatchee, that they weren't really, but we had two of us there and we just pushed it onto a cart and we thought it was okay. So as long as some of these employees, you know, they're there to load things, and when you're doing a return, they're here to unload depending on what you come in. So if you came and brought a roll of carpet back in the back of a, you know, Escalade, they're going to come and unload you still and help you because they're going to take the return. But if you're making a delivery, that's a big deal now. All of a sudden, everything changes. So anyway, I'm just grateful and thank you, Jesus, that this happened and I unloaded. So hurry up, send paperwork, and I'm going to go and run out to Tonasket to see this alley floors. I want to see if I want to call them, see if anybody answers. Let them know my ETA, see if anybody can still unload me tonight. That'd be awesome. That'd be really awesome. Gonna go try my last delivery. Nobody's picking up. It's a really, really small town compared to Omak, which is already a small town. So I don't know if I don't get. I guess the weed farms are starting back up over there, and then over here, weed farms. I'm gonna try it anyways. Got all winded now. I'm coughing. Maybe somebody is still in their store, just not picking up. Maybe somebody's doing some tidying around. They also have a warehouse. Every time I went there, they've got a little warehouse down the same road, down the street, the same road, just a little warehouse area where there's unmanned, you know, nobody there. So I'm just gonna go try both locations. Worst case, if nobody's there, maybe hang out for half an hour. At least now I got my bed, because before I wouldn't be able to, you know, sit the legs down and all that when I had the Home Depot stuff in here. So that's out and good. But I mean, worst case, what I would have done, worst case, is I would have went inside that Home Depot, bought a piece of plywood, lay it down on top of all those rolls, put my mattress on top, and I would have just, you know, slept like that. That's what I would have done. And not waste hotel and motel money. I know a lot of guys are still wasting hotel and motel money when they're out there. So, I mean, you do you, but every time I don't spend money, I make money and put it back in my pocket. So, it works out good for me that way. Never failed me yet. That's the reason I built the bed back there. That's the reason the van is insulated. That's the reason there's a roof vent. That's the reason there's a heater. So, you know what I mean? It's nice and comfortable. I mean, it's not as great as my home bed, but it's got all the amenities except for a shower in here. Nice! You guys won't believe it. The receiver called me back and said she's gonna come and meet me at the little warehouse. So I'm gonna get unloaded tonight and then be going home tonight, so yes. I mean, it's not like I'm not one of those people who won't sleep in the van. You guys know me. I always sleep in the van. I've never gotten a hotel when I'm here by myself. Ever. Never. Doesn't matter. Hot, cold, whatever. Snow, ice, whatever it is. I always sleep in here, but when but I'm like 150 miles or 170. I don't even know what it is. Probably 150-ish or 170, somewhere around there from home. Why not go home and sleep at home? Why not be home and working tomorrow instead of, you know, waiting here till who knows when until they can unload you? So it's very good, very good. I'm happy. Look at the views. Not the bugs, though. You know, try not to zoom in on that. Like this, you know what I mean? All the mountains all the way out there. I know camera doesn't do any justice, but this area is just beautiful. You know, it's got its own beauty. Unloaded there too. Thank goodness. Sweet lady, always sweet every time I come here. So I remembered her after, like, you know, speaking with her on the phone actually, and hearing her voice too. I believe. I think it's the same voice as far as what I know. I don't know. What do I know? I know what I know. I don't know nothing. Anyways, maybe grab some food in Omak, something for dinner. 7:39. By the time I get there, another half an hour. So I don't know. Well, here's Taco Bell's. Or not Taco Bell's, but I mean, like, food truck. The best authentic Mexican food you could always have, probably, right? We'll see. I think I'm just gonna go, you know, like maybe hit up a Taco Bell, or I don't know if I even want a Taco Bell. I'll drive there and kind of see what's out there. I don't want heavy food, and I just want something decent to snack on, I guess, and be done. So I don't even know. I don't even know what I want. I'm gonna send my paperwork and everything else and be on my way. So thank you, Jesus. Everything happened good today. Everything worked out. Even though the day started bad, Lord has a way of turning things around for everybody. So I'm grateful. Maybe it's because I didn't flip out and didn't, you know, cause any harm to anybody or any of that stuff. So a lot of times when you're just kind of bite the bullet, you know, things work out. On the way home, and it's dark. Look at that. I stopped by, grabbed some dinner, and then I remembered while I was heading towards the dinner, I call it dinner fast food. Anyways, remembered that two of my LED stoplights burned out the other day, and I forgot to change them all out. I was gonna do it today, but the whole hectic of the load, fitting, not wanting to get unloaded and all that kind of stuff, and then everything else taking so long, I just kept driving today. Kept driving and just totally, completely almost forgot about it. Almost all the way. So then I remembered, so swung by, picked up the bulbs, took the lights, rear tail lights apart, put them in, and then now I get to finish up my Taco Bell and then keep on heading home. I don't even know what time my ETA is toward. Well, it says 1 a.m., but I don't think it is. 9, 10, 11, 12, 12:30 maybe? Maybe 12:30, I think. Somewhere around there. So I'm going to spend the night at home today, and then, you know, we'll see what the load brings. What another load brings, I don't know. Things are not that great right now, especially out west. So I think for now we're going to try to keep drivers away from here if possible. Unless they're paying some insane money or something. But problem is, keep them away from here. It's the same situation everywhere. So if you don't get something cross country, long mileage, you could end up with 2-3 loads, short loads a week, and the driver made, you know, chump change, nothing. So the long miles is what pays in the end. And then, you know, on the other hand, you don't want to have a driver sitting here if he's not at home or at a relative's house, sitting at the truck stop. It doesn't do anybody any good either. So it's a double-ended stick. We all get beat with it, and it's just a matter of survival right now. It really is. This load did pay well. It paid a round trip, and then there was an additional $200 added as well on top. for hand unloading at Home Depot that took who knows how long. I don't even know. It's at least 2 hours, but maybe even 3. That's why the whole day went to crap. And that's why I ended up almost not being able to do any of this. But thank God for that one lumber place that guy opened the door for me. Otherwise, I would have had to just stay there. I would have probably went to Home Depot, but I don't know how I would have unloaded because that thing was squishing everything else in there. So it was good that he took that roll off of that linoleum, and that was over 600 pounds worth of stuff. So when you got 600-pound wedge in between, it ain't any good. But anyways, guys, always, I appreciate you watching. Clicking that subscribe button if you haven't clicked it. You guys can do that definitely. You know, all the goodies. If you guys want to know more about expediting, more about something else, write it in the comments. Questions, if you guys want questions answered, Minect app link will be down in the description as well. So if you guys need to ask directly something from me and you want to hear me answering in a voice through that app, I will definitely do that, or I can do a text, whatever, you know, whatever. I think more personal is via voice, actually hearing the voice. So I'm going to do as much voice answering as possible. Sometimes it takes me hours to just answer one question because I get so busy, and I just keep on, you know, it just stays there. I write a part of an answer and then get distracted or get called into something else and keep going like that. So appreciate you guys as always. We'll see each other next time. God bless.